Darwin, and I came up to Darwin to speak at a conference the other day, and Gail and I are stopping over for a couple of days, aren't we, Gail?
Yes, we're enjoying the sunshine.
And look, Gail's been doing a bit of graffiti artwork. No, she hasn't. No, she hasn't. We're in I don't know, graffiti street. And the reason I posted this is because if you are in business and you're not looking at the obvious, sometimes you're missing out on the obvious. I've often said that people sort of, I guess, take for granted these days the wheels on luggage that we have. But in fact, we put man on the moon 20 years before we put wheels on luggage. So I don't know what we were all smoking as humans for 20 years. It took that long. But Gail, you might recall that at the conference I spoke at, which was at a casino the other day, there was a whole bunch of people there, 250 business owners. And one of the things I brought up was that we are just blown away by the beauty of the coastline and the blue skies. By the way, look at that. You won't find a cloud in the sky here throughout this season. And we just said to a couple of people who were on the panel, look, why don't they were bemoaning the fact that Darwin's going through a bit of a rough trot at the moment. They have been for quite a few years, haven't they?
And you can see it in the street.
You can see it. I mean, look at this here. I mean, it's just. I mean, you might like graffiti. I'm not a great fan of it, but there's empty shop after empty shop after empty shop. And as it turned out, I said, listen, have you thought about the fact that if you boost tourism, then it will be cheaper to come to Darwin because there'll be more flights, because a flight to come to Darwin is pretty expensive, isn't it?
Yeah, you're lucky if you can get one for $500 one way.
I thought you were going to say 500 rupees or something like that. I don't know.
One way.
She's been drinking.
Yeah.
But anyway, the thing is that when you get to Darwin, you see there's empty shop after empty shop in the main street. And it's a pretty sad state of affairs. And I said, look, I could fix this in 24 hours. And of course, that got everyone's attention in the room. That's my aim, to get everyone's attention, because it's all about me. And I said, you've got an incredible coastline with beautiful beaches. Now, I know you've got crocodiles. I understand all that. And I know there's box jellyfish, but so does North Queensland. You see, what happened is that one of the people on the panel that were talking, it was a 4 or 5 panel up on the stage, said to me, oh, look, JD, that's fine, but, we'd love to promote the beaches, but, we tell people that, the safest place to swim is if you've got tiles underneath your foot, because there are saltwater crocodiles. There's not many along the coastline. There hasn't been many reported, but they are possibly there, so therefore that's why we're not promoting the beaches. And stingers. And I said, excuse me, so has North Queensland. Darwin has exactly the same problems as you have, and guess what? They've got people from all around the world. Sorry, Cairns has got the same problem as you have, but they've got people from all around the world coming to Cairns, North Queensland, throughout the stinger season. And the thing that I can't work out with Darwin is that they're sitting on a gold mine and they're not exploiting it. And they said, well, what are you talking about? I said, just net sections of the beach. And the reason I'm ranting about this is because the fact is it's so easy. All you do is just simply choose 3 or 4 beaches and net them, okay? N-E-T, net them, just like they do in North Queensland. And look at this with you, just graffiti everywhere, and they'll try and tell me that that's beautiful. Look at this round behind me here. Is that beautiful? Not saying me, that behind me. Well, I'm ugly and that's ugly, okay? It's just, yeah. Anyway, so back to the beaches, back to what I'm ranting about, and that is that, Gail, we had a discussion at dinner last night with someone, didn't we? And I just gave them, by the way, I had a queue lined up to talk to me after I brought this up, because, the thing was is that businesses in Darwin need more people in Darwin. And apparently because of the depressed economy, it's been quite an exodus. And I said, look, more people are easy to get into Darwin if you actually just knew how to promote Darwin. Yeah. And don't get me wrong, it's still the crocodiles and still the indigenous culture and all that sort of stuff. I'm not saying not to do that, but there's an incredible opportunity to just net 4 or 5 beaches and basically, put a lifeguard there and tell people that stop going to Fiji and Vanuatu throughout the winter season in Australia to come up to Darwin.
Well, this is the best place we've ever found for weather at this time of the year.
Yeah, look at this, not a cloud. There's not a cloud in the sky. And that's the case day after day after day. I think it's probably a warmer climate than Fiji and Vanuatu.
I think it sits at about 33 every day.
Yeah.
Not a skerrick of rain.
And the reason I'm posting this, aside to just get this off my chest, because I need to No, the truth is I had nothing to do. Okay? It's a lazy Sunday and we had nothing to do. So I said to Gail, look, why don't I rant about something? I know what I'll rant about. Darwin not taking advantage of one of its biggest assets. But you know what? Look, Sydney has miles and miles and miles of beaches that are netted for sharks. And North Queensland has the same thing to, you know, let you go swimming without the bottled, what is it, the box jellyfish?
Box jellyfish.
And crocodiles. Why wouldn't this place do it? And you know what? I think it's just like the wheels on luggage. I think it's because no one's ever thought about it. We put man on the moon in '69, and it was only when an airline pilot got sick of dragging his luggage around in America that he went home to his garage and put wheels on luggage. He never flew a plane again. So it's one of those things, I reckon, that's just sitting there ready to be tapped, but no one's actually thought about it.
I think that's the problem, because all they've been thinking about at the conference that we were at was, you know, the future, the oil lines,
well,
and
yeah,
all these
mining
and all
and
these
20 years
things.
down the track. And
Yeah.
I sort of put my hand up and said, sorry for interrupting, Gal, but I know everything. But don't you hate that when there's a forceful partner that just cuts you off? Okay, off you go.
No, I said it. I just said they're worried. They're thinking about all these things that aren't going to bring anything to the economy
Tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow. 20 years from now, and all these poor business owners in Darwin, you could see their faces going, well, what about tomorrow? We've got to eat.
It was a Chamber of Commerce event. It was a big one at the casino. We're talking 250 people. And when I asked this question, it certainly created a bit of interest.
Yeah.
I had a queue lined up to talk to me at the end of the event, saying, "How do we do this? How do you get this damn thing up and running?" And in fact, one of the guys that I was speaking to was the CEO of Bunnings. The CEO of Bunnings was here as well. So anyway, I think that's enough, Gail. I've got that off my chest. I feel a lot better. I feel a lot better now. Why don't we go to the beach? You know how stupid we were last time we were here, which was a couple of months ago. I didn't think that there was any crocodiles in the salt water. We're swimming in the beach, and I said to Gail, "Look, there's no one else in here. What idiots! Fancy not taking advantage of this wonderful." But now we know why.
Yeah,
it was not.
they told us.
It was not a netted area.
Yeah.
Anyway, look, if you want more of this ranting and raving, and you'd like to sort of know how to market your business and pick up on these things that perhaps you might be store blind to, there's a link above me or below me or what have you that tells you all about my private coaching package. Did you think, Dale, this is a big lead up to a sell?
Always is.
Always is. Okay, guys, all the best.
Bye.